Today I want to talk about the risk of explosions in grain and feed bucket elevators and how to monitor the operation for safety to minimize the danger to personnel, facilities, equipment, and product. Bucket elevators are a proven method for the efficient handling of grain and feed, but the conditions for a fire or an explosion are well known. For an explosion to occur in a bucket elevator, we must have 5 elements: combustible grain, dust for the fuel, heat or spark for the ignition source, oxygen in the air, dispersion of the dust particles in sufficient quantity and concentration, and confinement of the dust cloud, such as in a bucket elevator enclosure. If you can remove any one of these elements, you can prevent an explosion in your bucket elevator. Today I will show you how Stiff products can help you monitor your bucket elevator for proper operation and prevent the source of heat and spark that can cause an explosion. The MJET hazard monitor system includes the following sensors: the visual rotational speed sensor, the Visitherm PT100 bearing temperature sensor, the VisiBelt inductive belt alignment sensor, the VisiBelt touch belt alignment sensor, and finally the VisiMat capacitive choke and level sensor. I am happy to introduce the MJET hazard monitor for bucket elevators. The MJET is an all-new, state-of-the-art multifunction hazard monitor designed for maximum reliability and ease of installation and use. The MJET analyzes data sent by sensors installed on the equipment and provides a safe and controlled shutdown in the event of equipment malfunction or operation beyond users' programmed limits. The MJET is compatible with bucket elevators, belt conveyors, chain conveyors, and screw conveyors. The MJET can monitor the most common causes of malfunction that can produce heat and cause ignition, including underspeed, belt misalignment, motor speed and temperature, and choke on the elevator input and output. Now we will look at all of the user screens for the MJET hazard monitor, and we begin with the home screen. This configuration is for a bucket elevator, and here we show the cumulative runtime since the commissioning of the MJET. This shows the runtime for the last 24 hours, and this shows the rotational speed of the bucket elevator. The function keys provide details for rotational speed, belt alignment, bearing temperature, choke and level, and the tools setting. Now we will demonstrate the underspeed settings. By pressing F1, we go to the speed setting menu. To set the nominal speed, you would bring your elevator to normal operating speed and then press F5 for the MJET to learn that speed. In this case, it is already set to 64 RPM. To set the alarm, right now we are at 48 RPM or 25% below nominal. Here, when I try to change it, you have to enter your admin ID code. Now I can change the alarm threshold. Enter, I confirm, and now I have just changed the speed setting. If I go back to the speed setting, if I want a pre-alarm, which is at 50% of the alarm setting, I just press F4, and then I press validate. Now we will demonstrate how to set up the belt alignment sensors. By pressing F2, we go to the belt alignment sensor screen. Here you can either deselect or select the sensor. So we have selected sensors at the bottom of the bucket elevator. By pressing F5, we go to the next sensors at the top, and here I will select sensors for the top. Press validate, confirm the setting, and done. Next, we will demonstrate the temperature sensor settings by pressing F3. Here we have sensors installed for the motor, the bearings at the top, and the bearings at the bottom. Here we show the alarm setting for the bearings and the actual temperature measured. Here I will demonstrate how to raise the alarm level for the temperature setting. And again, if it has been more than the allotted time, we have to enter our ID code validate. Now I can make the changes, and I will go to up to the top sensor. I will increase that sensor. I will lower the alarm level for the motor. And again, by pressing F4, you can select a pre-alarm at 90% of the alarm level. Press validate, confirm the setting, and we have just changed the temperature setting. Now we will demonstrate by setting up the choke sensors by pressing F4. Right now we are configured with no sensor on the input or on the output. But by pressing F5, we move to the next sensor, which is the output. And here we want to add a sensor, so we select, validate, once more to confirm, and now we have selected a choke sensor on the output. Now we will demonstrate the use of the Tools menu. By pressing F5, we have the option to set the time and date or the contrast of the display of the MJET. Pressing F2 takes us to the History menu to see the defects, production, or setting history. Press F2 one more time takes us to the language setting. Pressing F3 takes us to the pin setting. F3 one more time takes us to the pulley diameter setting. F4 one time takes us to maintenance mode, so you can adjust the bucket elevator alignment while the bucket elevator is running. F4 one more time takes you to the units menu. Pressing F5 takes you to the delay in the output alarm, so you can set amount of time for the bucket elevator to operate so it can empty before it stops. F5 one more time takes you to the USB and IP settings. Here, by selecting F1, F2, or 3, you can import or export your configuration or history. F4 gives you the settings for your IP address for the optional NT version of the MJET, and pressing F5 will take you back to the factory settings for the entire MJET. Thank you everyone for watching the Stiff MJET video presentation. If you would like to have your bucket elevator be a safer operating equipment, please contact Stiff or one of your local sales representatives. Thank you.